Hey, hello guys, welcome back to Dutch Diecast Collector. Today we got a F-15E Hellcat from RAF Lakenheath. So a US stationed at Royal Air Force at Lakenheath from 2024. My wife actually gave this to me as a gift, and I have to say I'm not disappointed at all. The details are really cool. I mainly am curious about the extra intakes here. But let's open her up, let's see what's inside together and see if we like it or not. First, let's discuss box art. As always, very cool. One unique sticker, so if you want to know which one. And also on the sides again, a very nice representation of the F-15. Really cool. Not sure if it's an E, but very cool representation. So that's always very good from Hobbymaster. Boxes are decent quality. Picked this up at a museum, was sitting there new. It's a new release, or at least a newer release. Box for the rest doesn't come in anything extra, just the inside sleeve, and then you will find a nice package. Now under that nice package there is a lot of armory most likely. Let's see if we can get it underneath out. This is always interesting. The pink pilot suits, camouflage, then the sand colors, always interesting. Guidance system, a JDAM or something similar. Some rockets. Nice fuel tanks, cool stuff. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to display this one. I only have one more F-15 in my own collection. The stand itself, always very decent. We're going to go into that in a sec. And then a lot of loose parts. And when I say a lot of loose parts, it's a lot. Let's see, where did they put the tape? The Hobbymaster factory loves to use tape. So a lot of extra little claps and flaps. I'm really going to need to figure out where this all goes, but we'll see together how that will work out for us. But there is a lot of parts with this thing. That's as mentioned, I would just quickly open her up. Let's have a look at this intakes, because this is quite interesting. And there are two setup versions. Let's see if there's a major difference. So yeah, the clap going downwards and upwards. So that's really cool detail, So you can really point it in the angle down or in the angle up. This is awesome stuff. I haven't seen this before yet. Maybe I haven't bought enough F-15s in my life yet. But let's figure out. I'm also curious, which one would you guys pick on there? A open canopy. Details on the canopy are really good, by the way. Nice gloss, no bad exemptions. The air brake in open position, nicely detailed, nicely silver. By the way, guys, you might notice that I stopped using gloves. I have to agree with my Australian friend. It's hard to use gloves on these planes. I wish it was easy. I still use them for moving my planes, but I stopped using them on my builds, let's say, or grabbing them out of the boxes. So the wheels are rubber on here. They don't move. There's no rotation or acceleration on there. There are some details in it, but nothing major or super bad. But still, very nice detailed wheels with a nice left and right mark. And then, of course, the intakes, as I mentioned. Now, the plane itself, you can grab them by the neck and then gently push down on the edges. Usually they come out quite okay, usually. Not always set, but sometimes quite hard. Now, of course, the famous LN Lakenheath marking. It looks really clean. Also cool colors on the top here. Some really nice details again. The casting itself is always really good. The exhaust parts here, nicely detailed. There is no extras, so you cannot do it like the Sukhoi. The silver in the bottom is a bit plain for my feeling. Would be cool to see some more discoloration because this would heat up quite badly. And then, of course, the air intakes that are now empty, which is quite interesting. The cockpit is removable, so we have two positions, an open and a closed one. Inside here, well, let's see if I can get some zoom for you guys. Oh, no, that's not zoom. Give me a sec. Alrighty, there's the zoom. So, inside, really cool. The left side and the right side with the control information for the navigator and pilot. Really nicely detailed, so not bad at all. The air brake itself, so you can remove it. There should be a tool in this kit. But I luckily have one always nearby. Give me a sec. Sometimes people ask, why are these tools for? They actually to grab out these little parts. Not sure if it will work on this one, but it for sure helps. So the air brake, it's just a flat flap that goes into the system. In the casting, let's say, in the casting there you will find some more articulating parts. Let's see. There's a little fly here. Let's see. Usually that goes in quite smooth. Now, I'm not sure yet, but it should go in the back. And then this one goes into that little hole that you saw. So now you have an open air brake, which is quite cool if you put it in flight mode. Has a little amount of details that you can put on this aircraft. Open canopy, of course, that's also an option. Now these usually have quite a rough fit, I've noticed. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm doing it wrongly and I'm not installing it correctly. Ah, there it is. It goes in it. So that's also one of those cool details that you can go with Hobbymaster. As for the rest, by the way, I missed here almost the little eagle. Really nice detail. See? Huh? So that's really cool on the nose. And on the other side, of course, the Hellcat itself. Including a little monster at the front. And some bombing run logos. Nice details. And also here at the front, same story. So that's all very cool and nice. So let me deck it out for you guys in wheel mode. So how does it look on wheels? And then we go into flight mode full armed. On its wheels, I didn't put the intakes in yet, but it has a nice clearance and height. It's quite accurate to the real plane, so that's really nice. So yeah, that's roughly on wheels. Now I'm going to put her in flight mode. I'm going to install all the gadgets that we got with it, also the intakes. And hopefully I can also show you guys the difference between left and right again. So as I mentioned, so you have two nozzles, one downwards, one upwards. So one thing I noticed instantly, so there is a glued part to it that just popped off my plane. So usually this should be sitting here in the corner, so that's quite weak. Be careful with it. I'm not saying it's a design flaw, but yeah, it's just a bit shitty that it happens like that. It is cool to see the different intakes. I'm going to go with the high one because I like that better, but also it has a cool design that you can go both ways with it. So how do they install? Quite okay, I have to be honest. It's not bad, but just be very careful with this little weak part. They're not strong, that's for sure. And let me grab the other one. So they sort of click in, let's say. Is it ideal? Nah, not really, but it is for sure an awesome detail that you can go with this plane. But not a big fan, no, not at all. It is not nicely sitting even, so you really need to line out everything and then make sure that it's sitting correctly. I'm not sure if I'm the guy for this, but yeah, someone might like it. Because it's for sure not nicely fitting, but I'll fiddle a bit more with it. So I got them as best as I could. I'm not really sure if this is a nice thing. They're quite loose in there for some reason, and one of them is sticking now out a little bit further. So yeah, is it perfect? No, not really. I'm not a big fan. So that's one flaw for me, this design of the intakes. It's cool, but I think there could have been a bit more articulation, especially with the length of how it inserts into the frame. That could have helped, but it's not super bad. So progress in between that I want to share. So I had the missile rack here. So keep in mind this is plastic on die cast, and where you need to click into the frame, it's quite hard. So what's happening right now? I'm trying to put in the right gear door here, and it's sitting way too loose. So there's no hold into it. The left one is good, but the right one not. So that's a bit of a downer. So all arms in. So the nice thing about door hatches and so on, just a little white of glue. You don't need to go back to the retailer right away. But it holds it and you can easily clean it off. So nice that it has one drop bomb, some guidance medication. The fuel tank's a bit rough lined, but not bad. So this is how it would look fully armed. Alrighty guys, so that's the F-15 completed. She's a bit wobbly, I noticed. It's because the stand end is quite small. The last packs I couldn't fit. They were poor fitting at all. So I got 4 in of 6. I still need to figure out that later. For the rest, it's a cool bird, but would I pay that much money for this? I'm not sure, actually. I was quite disappointed, actually. It's normally, I think it retails for €110, $140. And my expectations are a lot higher than what's going on right now. So yeah, I think Hobbymaster can step up their game a little bit here. If I'm paying $140, €110, retail of course, yeah, I'm not sure. Especially the nozzles was a pain. And the weapon sets to install them, I did a little bit of modifications on some parts with a knife to get them fitted, because it was way too hard to push in. The air brake also is not easy to install. So yeah, not a big winner for me. I think they failed a little bit, which is not a bad thing. If you're really into F-15s, I still recommend it, because it's a Hellcat and it's from Lakenheath and it's really cool. Or look for an EX. EX has the nozzles already installed, and I have to say the last EX that I did for my friend Mark, I was actually quite happy with it, and that's why I wanted this one, and my wife got it for me. But not bad. So yeah, I want to thank you guys again for watching. Please give it a like if you liked it, a thumbs up, that's always nice. And I really hope to see you guys next time on the next episode. Thank you and stay safe. Bye bye.